Rev up your engines!
Jamie, age 4, says, I was driving my car on a highway, hit a big bump, and it stopped running. A lot of cars, especially American cars, have a safety device. And if you get in an accident and hit something hard, it turns the fuel pump off. So it won't pump fuel that if you get in a wreck and a fire starts, it just keeps pumping fuel on the fire. Check to see if your vehicle has one of those. A lot of them have it in the trunk, and there's just a reset button that you push. You go in the trunk, you push it, you hear it go click, and then the car starts running again. Because if it's not that and you hit a bump and the car dies, there are so many things that can happen electronically. A weak connector and it fell off, a really old car, and your wiring's wearing, you hit a bump, and then that makes a worn piece of wire touch the frame and then short out. There's a lot of bad things that can happen, but you want to pray that it's one of those bad and just needs to be reset. I see that happen all the time. Joey BZ, who says, my 2014 Honda Accord is a great car, but it's seeping a tiny amount of transmission fluid around the seals. What should I do? The most common thing would be to replace the seals, but you have to take both axles off and put new seals in. If it's seeping a tiny amount, you might try some of this AT205 reseal. Amazon sells it. Bottle in the transmission and it can rejuvenate the seals. Here's something that a lot of people don't understand. If your fluid gets low, you're driving the vehicle, it might run okay for quite some time. Being low like that will wear the inside of the transmission. And I've had customers come to me with the transmission that's slipping, not working right, and I check it and I say, oh, you're almost out of fluid. It's leaked out. And then it wore it all out, and even when I put new fluid in, it didn't work anymore. So you want to always make sure you have it full of fluid. And it's very important on modern cars because most of the modern ones don't have dipsticks, so you can't even check how much fluid is in it. So do make a point of checking to see if anything's leaking on a train. If it is, definitely you want to fix it before you get a serious problem from running it low on fluid. Here Rena says, Scotty, Toyota Lexus is now going to build the Lexus hybrid SUVs in Cambridge plant, Ontario. What's your opinion? Well, my wife's Matrix, her old Matrix, 2007. It was made in Cambridge, Ontario, and it's one of the best vehicles we ever had. They do a good job there. And they have been building there for a while. It was the only place in the world outside of Japan where they were building Lexus products. I'm not a hybrid fan myself because hybrids, they're very high-tech. As they age, they can cost a fortune. It's just so high-tech, most guys don't know how to repair them. I would more or less say, hey, just get a regular one. The regular ones work perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with a regular Lexus. And if you find out the small amount of gas mileage you get better with a hybrid versus what it costs if you keep a car for hundreds of thousands of miles, you probably go for a regular car. You never recoup your investment. Rebellion King 101 says, Scotty, I want to buy a reliable, affordable sedan with a decent V6 engine. Any thoughts on the 2008 Pontiac G6? Yes, stay far away from it. That's one of the cars that brought Pontiac to extinction. Now, the engine in it is okay. They didn't have any problem with a V6 engine. If you changed the oil, they could run a really long time. Automatic transmissions were garbage, cost a fortune to fix. The electronics were horrible. The AC systems, the compressors blew up all the time. I would definitely not advise anybody to buy one of those unless they're absolutely nuts about it and they got it dirt cheap and it was still running good. They're not dependable cars in the long run. That really is one of the cars, the G6, that helped Pontiac go extinct. James D says, I've been wondering if Scotty, being an honest, skilled, famous YouTuber mechanic, does he take appointments years in advance? Well, here I am. No, I don't. I rarely do it more than a week in advance. I'm a mechanic to my customers. I treat them with respect. They treat me with respect. And I don't want to make people wait too long. They got to get their car fixed, right? Anybody that starts making appointments as a mechanic really too far in advance, they're going to end up going out of business because their customers want their cars fixed now. They don't want to wait that long to do it. It's even like I've been to doctors, and when they do this BS, they can see you in 6 months. That's the end of them. I'll go to another doctor. They're a doctor. They should be ready for problems that people have. You got a health problem, you want to get it fixed. What if it gets worse? You know, if your car gets laid up, your car gets laid. You can always rent another car, but you can't rent another body, so... So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.